Hi guys, welcome to another day of training. So we're about halfway through and now we get to talk about the really fun stuff. Today we're going to talk about challenge groups and how really this is the bread and butter of our business. This is likely why you wanted to become a coach, is because you had an excellent experience with one of the challenge groups. This is what sold the whole coaching idea for me is the online accountability experience. I had never been so motivated. I had never been so encouraged until I joined these accountability groups, and I think it's something that's really unique to Beachbody. So I think it's just our duty and our role as coaches to run kick-ass challenge groups. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So before you run a challenge group, I'll tell you a little bit about just logistically what you need to do. So our challenge groups are always on Facebook and they're always private. You need to make sure your challengers know that anything they post, comment, or question on can only be seen by the people within that group. So it gives them kind of that sense of security or safety. It's a safe place to post questions, comments. Some people will share before and after pictures, others won't. We would never push someone to do that if they aren't comfortable. But you want them to know right off the bat that it's a private group. It's very easy to do that on Facebook. If you haven't done it, you look on the groups on the left-hand side and you hit create. Basically, all you need to do then is add in a cover photo, add in a brief description, and you need one group member. So you'll get another coach. Usually we run challenge groups as a team. It's a little easier. You don't have to. You can always run your challenge groups alone. But if you're ever sick, or it just helps with running a challenge group to have kind of a buddy system to keep track of everyone and all the questions. So you'll want to add them as your member, and then your group's set up. So any coach, you want to make them an administrator. That means that they can add in their own people, and the only people that really need to be administrators are the coaches running the group, and then that way it controls who's in or out of the private group. We usually set the group up at least 7 days before your start date, because we want people to be prepared and ready to go. So you can't just say, hey, I'm going to run a challenge group and get it started. You really have to stop, think, and plan it out. So before you start your challenge group, you want to plan on what program do I want to use. So that's the first thing you have to think of. Okay, what program am I going to run? And I recommend you run a program, or run a challenge group rather, with a program that you know, with a program that you use. So the first program I completed was the 21-day fix, and my first, I think, 3 challenge groups were all 21-day fix. I knew the program, I loved the program, and I was comfortable with it. So don't try to run your first challenge group with something that you don't know anything about. If you're going to do the program for the first time with the challengers, that can actually be really successful because you're going through it with them and experiencing it firsthand with them. But that would take some pre-planning. You have to think ahead and really understand the program. So the first thing is before you start a challenge group, what program do you want to run? Secondly, what length of a challenge group do you want to run? So 21-day fix is pretty simple. You run it for 21 days. Other programs are a lot longer. So like PIO is 60 days. Insanity Max 30 is 60 days. And do you want to commit to running a group for 60 days? Do you want to run it for 30 days? Just the month? It kind of sometimes depends on how the group goes. We did one the beginning of this year. We weren't sure it was an open group, so it was just a variety of programs. And we thought, okay, we'll run it for the first 60 days and see how it goes. And we're past now, we were going to run it for 30 days. It went really well, so we kept going through for the 60 days, and it's still going now, so we're going probably for a 90 days, and it was just because we had such great engagement, and it was just such a good challenge group. So you might have to gauge it, but you really kind of want to plan, what type of timeline do I want to do here? So I recommend that most groups are either the 21-day fix is 21 days, or you aim to do a 30-day challenge group. If it's going really well, continue onwards and just add new people in at the kind of next 30-day mark, or just plan on a 30-day challenge group, and then you can roll people over to a new 30-day challenge group if they're going to continue on with something like PIO or Insanity Max 30. Next, you need to set a date. So what date do you want to start your challenge group? I always recommend starting on a Monday. It's much easier to start a challenge group on a Monday, as then the participants have the weekend to meal prep, grocery shop. Most of the even programs through Beachbody do recommend starting on a Monday, so it's a lot easier for you just to keep track, as we start our challenge groups on a Monday. And you need to give people a minimum of 7 days lead time of when they order the program to when they're going to get it. So you need to make sure you have everyone in this challenge group signed up 7 days prior to your start date, which means you have to start marketing or promoting on your social media at least probably 2 weeks, maybe more like 3 weeks out from your start date, to ensure that you can have enough time to have conversations with people and have them have enough time to order the program. So it does take some planning. So you have to get a planner, get out your calendar, and kind of think it through. So what program do you want to do? What length of challenge group do you want to run? And when's your start date? And then what's the last date you would give people as an order date to ensure that they have their materials in time to start with you. So logistically, that's what you need to do to run your challenge group. Once you have your challenge groups and you have your challengers into the group, you want to think about posts. So I recommend having a Word document that you entitle 21 Day Fix Challenge Group Post Ideas, or Insanity Max 30 Post Ideas. And I have a plethora of post ideas in there. So I have a picture idea, and then a script of what I would write for that post. So the importance of water. Are you drinking your Shakeology? Even posts about a specific workout, like 21 Day Fix. Oh my goodness, surrenders are so hard, but don't you feel so accomplished when you finish them? So I have all of these posts, and it took me a long time. So you're going to slowly build this file, and I'll share one of my weeks on our file section of this Coach's Basic Training. Also, your Coach Online Office under the products and marketing, and when you look under the PDF files of all the programs, they're going to give you sample posts. Now, Beachbody does have some good sample posts, and they have some pictures that I've used, but remember, people fell in love with you. They fell in love with your story, what you bring to the table, and why you're unique. So please, I mean, once in a while, yes, use a copy paste generic post, but be creative. What was something that you would see? Add value, motivate them. What motivated you? What adds value for you? I add in some humor sometimes because that's just me. I'm a little sarcastic, and it works because that's me. If you are have a really good background and know a lot about nutrition, maybe more of your posts will have the nutrition angle, or maybe you really love to shop. So some of your posts are going to be like, got a kick-ass workout in because my new kicks are amazing. It just needs to motivate people, and then you have everyone show them their pictures of their running shoes that day. We're trying to get people engaged. We're trying to get people excited about working out, excited about the clean food, because then they get results. The challenge groups are the bread and butter of your business growing. If people in your group have success, then they will tell people, and then you'll have more challengers. If you run a crappy group, no one gets results, you're going to lose out of new people in a hurry. So our time and our focus is in the challenge groups, which is great because it's the most fun part anyways. Keeps me on track. I mean, that's again why I became a Beachbody coach. I fell in love with the accountability challenge groups. So it's our job to run great groups. So I'm going to give you several days to start planning, thinking it through. Message, put it on our comments board. If you have an idea, buddy up with another new coach, buddy up with a senior coach. You don't have to go at it alone. Like 21 Day Fix, oftentimes one person will take week 1, the other person takes week 2. We help each other out. We work as a team. To make really great groups, and I'm really proud of the groups, and I want to keep that going. I want to keep our consistency, our value, and kind of our standards up. Okay, so a little lengthier video, but that's because I'm so passionate about the challenge group. So you've got some thinking, you've got some planning to do. Pull out your calendar, what program, and let's start planning some challenge groups.